Captain Elmo, it's very sad that today is Captain Chira's funeral. His passing has deeply affected the aviation community and everyone who knew him. He was a respected leader and a beloved figure in the aviation industry. Captain, could you kindly share some memories of Captain Chira? Maybe a moment that shows who he was as a colleague and as your friend.
Yes, actually, it is sad to talk about somebody who has passed away, too young to go, I would say. And Chira, in all honesty, I must mention, his passing is a loss to aviation
Yes.
in Sri Lanka. That's for sure. People will have different opinions.
Yeah.
When I die, also people will say, he was okay or whatever. But it doesn't matter. But people who knew him in the aviation world knows that he made a tremendous contribution
Hmm.
both in the Air Force
Hmm.
and in commercial aviation and mainly in training pilots. He was a first class instructor. That
He
I must
started
say.
from Sri Lanka Air Force.
He came from Sri Lanka Air Force. He was one of their top guns, that's for sure. He probably, if I'm not mistaken, among all the Sri Lankan pilots, he must be the one who had flown the most number of aircraft,
Yes.
types,
I think
different
like
types.
yes, 50 kind of
I don't
types,
know how many
yeah,
types,
yeah,
but I can't even imagine
yeah.
because I know he flew anything that was flyable, he could fly.
Yeah.
That I must know.
Yes.
And of course, he was a very good instructor.
Yeah.
Right? I'll never forget, I must share this with you. When I was flying TriStars, I was a TriStar captain then, and I wanted to fly a Piper Cherokee.
Hmm.
So Chira knew how to fly the Piper Cherokee, so I had to get checked out on the Piper Cherokee by Chira. So I called Chira and said, Chira, I need to do that. So the DCA gave the papers and I went.
So, Captain, this is back in 70s or
Yeah, must be 80s.
80s.
Probably early 80s, right?
Yes, yeah.
And we went and to fly the Piper Cherokee. So he didn't say anything. He said, come Melbourne, let's fly. So I got in and of course, it's a small plane, not a big deal. So he did my test, call it a test or whatever it is. And I flew. After about 45 minutes, he said, you do whatever you want to do, I'll watch. That's it, I'll watch. That's all he said. And we landed, right? And he signed the papers for me. So I said, Chira, you never said anything. Then he said, what is there to tell you, mate? We are the same breed. You know how to fly. I was there as a safety pilot. I mean, he was that kind of a person. He didn't ask me what is the fuel burn-off of this aeroplane and do you know this. He knew looking at me I could fly this. So it was like that. And that was Chira. And he was a very good instructor. He had done not only in Sri Lanka, because we both worked in Boeing also together in Singapore, and we flew in Singapore together. Then he took contracts to train Mihin pilots,
Yes.
and he then wanted me to come and then work with him. I also did some training with him with Tiger. We have crossed paths so many times. So, and we never had any conflict with each other or anything to do with some kind of a misunderstanding or whatever, right? And that's about all I can say. He was a great aviator, always. And then now he's gone. Today we will go and bury him. And there is a beautiful saying. It is only at the going down of the sun you would know how beautiful the day has been. I think Chira had a great beautiful day in flying. I don't know many things other than flying because to me he was a pilot. very professional, perfect pilot who made his contribution to the Air Force, made his contribution to general aviation, made his contribution to airline aviation and civil aviation, and who was always there, walking tall in the world of aviation. So I must mention that it was a privilege to have shared the flight deck with him. It was a privilege that I flew with him, and I knew him as a pilot, and I want to praise him on this day that we bury him.
Thank you, Captain, for sharing your memories of Captain Chira. Your words truly honor his legacy. Captain Chira may be gone, but his memories and his legacy will forever inspire us. Fly high, Captain. Goodbye.